Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Discriminating Gamer, the Sherlock Holmes of board game review shows. Grade school, Dale Watson. Ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to go ahead and take a look at my top 5 games from Tasty Minstrel Games. Tasty Minstrel Games, ladies and gentlemen, is a fantastic company. They got a lot of great games, and I'm going to jump right into it. Number 5 is Bomb Squad. Bomb Squad is a game that you essentially are trying to, of course, defuse bombs, but there's a timer, and you have to do things in certain order. There's kind of a programming that happens here. You're working with other people, and the way you have to kind of play your cards, but you have to kind of reveal them in certain ways, but you've got to be very careful how you do it. It's a very intense game. It's one of those games, as I say, it does have a time limit on it, and any game that has a kind of that where time is a factor, time itself becomes a currency in the game, is very, very fun and interesting. It's a great game that's very stressful, very intense, and you get very angry at people when they do things wrong in this game. I've heard some people tell me they've actually lost friends over this game. So it can be a very mean game, but it's a lot of fun. So that is my number 5, Bomb Squad from Tasty Minstrel Games. My number 4 game for Tasty Minstrel Games is Flip City. Flip City is, it's kind of like I think they branded it like a micro deck builder, where essentially you're trying to create a city, you're creating different, with cards. You're using these cards to create these different kind of elements in your city, but a lot of elements in your city are going to come with these kind of negative happy faces. And there's a push your luck aspect here, because as you're playing these cards, if you get, I think, 3 unhappy faces or so many unhappy faces, immediately ends your turn. There's nothing more you can do. But you kind of want to keep going as much as you can, but there's that pressure luck there. And meanwhile, you're trying to kind of build up this really neat and interesting and fun city. Again, it's another fun game. I do like push your luck in games like this, so that's a great one. That is Flip City. That is my number 4 from Tasty Minstrel. My number 3 game is a Euro game that is pretty... it's pretty unusual and pretty interesting and fun. It's Gold West. Gold West, essentially, you put together a map of kind of the mining area, and there's like these tiles. It's almost like a puzzle piece that fits together. You got these different tiles that, of course, you can kind of rearrange somewhat, reconfigure, and you place camps on them, and you claim them. But there's kind of... It's a victory point salad. There's all sorts of different ways to score points. You got I can't remember what they're called. It's like the messengers. You can send these like stagecoaches across to try to get messages and gain points that way. You got this like grid where you're looking to see exactly, okay, what can I do here? What can I do there? What points does that get me? And it's really a fun game, and good theme for a Euro game, but just a good, fun, competitive game. I really like it. It's a fairly, it looks like a pretty heavy Euro, but it's not. It's actually a fairly accessible Euro game, and I really had a lot of fun with it. That is Gold West, my number 3. My number 2 is a game that I played a lot a while back, and now I actually play it a lot more on my iPhone and my iPad. That is Cthulhu Realms. Cthulhu Realms was, of course, a great riff on Star Realms. It's essentially the Star Realms game, but in kind of a Cthulhu universe, in kind of a Cthulhu theme there. And it's fun because you're attacking, of course, your opponent with kind of sanity. You're trying to knock down their sanity. But it's like Star Realms. You've got locations that give you persistent bonuses. Some of them can shield you from attack. Others don't. But it's just fun seeing how you can take the cards and use them. It took me a while to learn how the whole juror thing quite worked. That was a little vague the first couple of times I played it. But it becomes really easy once you get it. Essentially, you can destroy cards and use those abilities, use abilities from destroying cards. So it's a great way to kind of color your deck, but also to get certain abilities as the game progresses. So that is Cthulhu Realms. That is my number 2 from Tasty Minstrel. Finally, my number 1 game for Tasty Minstrel. This is a game, to be honest, I haven't played in a while, but I really enjoyed playing it back in the day, and I keep thinking I want to play it again. I actually did give this away when I moved down here to Texas, but it's one I wouldn't mind playing again at some point. This is Eminent Domain. Eminent Domain was just, it's a very interesting deck-building game. It's kind of a different deck-building system than I think you're used to seeing, where you can, but it's got a space thing, a space theme, a science fiction theme. But of course, you're taking the cards, you're building the cards to work for you. You can take cards and then do like the main actions, and there's like secondary actions. But it's a good you know, I like deck builders, and it's a good deck builder, but it's different enough that it doesn't feel like it's just a regular run-of-the-mill deck building game, and I like that a lot. I will say as a caveat, they came out with an expansion to it, and I was not a bad fan of the expansion. I thought the expansion, they may have done more than one, but I just remember playing the one, and the one expansion they played, at the time I played it, and I kind of liked it, but the more I played it, the less and less I liked it with the expansion. So I'd recommend just playing it with the base game. And if there's other expansions out there I haven't played, then maybe they're worth checking out. But I really enjoyed Eminent Domain, my #1 game from Tasty Minstrel Games. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us today for this top 5 video. I really enjoyed these top 5 videos. As always, please kind of leave us a comment. Let me know, do you agree with these? Are there some that you like maybe better than my picks? Are there some companies you want to see me do? There's a few I'm getting to. I don't know how many more I can do, though, because I'm trying to think of all the companies that I played at least 5 games from that I liked. And they're kind of getting fewer and fewer, but please let me know if there's some out there you'd like me to take a look at. But as always, please like us on Facebook, subscribe to us on YouTube, and follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, and leave comments for us. We would really love to hear from you. And as Sherlock Holmes once said to Dr. Watson, I suppose I should be eating more bran. I'm feeling a bit Baker Street irregular.
Somebody help me on my feet again, and I don't know where I'm going, and I don't know where I've been. Please somebody help me on the solid ground. It's a long time, and I'll be dying. Once a year I wind up in the band.
You can only choose one of the actions. If you try to choose more, you will be shot.